But these are all things that I've fought. Alternative energy, universal health insurance, education should be improved. Education is that my generation literally allowed education to go into the shitter is a crime against everything. All of these things that I've fought for, and they're not. Chances are really good that they're not going to happen, but that doesn't bother me because I've gone through that disappointment for 45, 50 years. And so I know what it's like to be screwed. So I'm already ready for it. And I don't understand why people get, well, how do you get that upset after a while? Look, if it moves a little, we're lucky. I mean, to believe, it would be great. It's what I want. And I'll tell you exactly when it's going to happen, folks. You know when all of the change is going to occur? It's going to occur the day after I die. I can guarantee you. Mr. Whiny is gone. It's time to move on. They didn't laugh loud at that. It's sad. They actually had empathy with me.
Now, a lot of people would say that you're kind of taking the line of the liberal press here on Obama, that here he's getting all this wonderful press, that the press was unfair to the previous administration. I wonder what do you think Rush Limbaugh would say if he was tuned in to our little interview here today about some of your remarks?
Oh, I think Rush would be disturbed. And I hope it would give him a tummy ache. I think, but I'm not really, I think that Rush is, I don't think I was the liberal thing because I don't see it happening. I don't.
Well, what do you think about talk radio in general? Do you have any thoughts on that?
They've asked me to do it. And when people ask me to do something, then that should be the end of it. That's it. You don't put me on the air. What is the matter with you? Not on 4 hours of morning radio. I think it's horrific. You know what? More oxygen and space around me.
Really?
But because of that constant nattering bombardment of Rush Limbaugh said today, Bill O'Reilly said, 24-hour news cycles, five channels, 24 hours a day, 120 hours of news in a 24-hour day. And then on top of it, all of this, the bloggers, the floggers, the snoggers, Twitter. That's got to stop. And if you're Twittering, go to hell. You can go to hell. How do you end up with an ego that you're that interested in your own life? What planet are you on? I'm thrilled to be here, but I'm not that interested in it. If you're describing what you're doing to someone else on a text, then you're not doing it, are you? But this video of me, I looks like I should be hospitalized.
Well, do you think we're just getting too much information now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
I think too much information and no facts. We got bombarded. We got a ton of information, but we don't really have any facts. We got nothing to go on. Health insurance, it's, oh, God, quack, quack. That's the information we're getting. Nobody sorts it out for us. I have to go to 62 different places. And they've now added the internet. What do I got, a 48-hour day to track shit down? Sometimes I'm on the editorial page to find stuff, and I'll read something that somebody had found, and I go, well, why wasn't that on page 1? There's stuff that occurs on page 12, 15 in the paper, and it's like, this should be at the front. I just think there's nobody really helping us, to sort it out. There's no filter. It just kind of goes, no, we're not going to throw this up there in your face again.
Does anyone want to ask some questions? If you got a thought about that, there's a microphone there. Come on up to the mics, and we'll just continue on with doing what we're doing here, and we'll see if anyone dares to. What do you think about gay marriage?
I don't care who anybody marries. I don't care if you want to marry outside of the species. If you got an antelope that you're taking a shine to, as long as you're both happy. I really don't care about it. That's the amazing. Those are some of the longest relationships I know, are my gay friends, and the guy with the antelope.
They're lining up back
Yeah,
there.
you can tell. No, it's giving some of them time to leave the room.
There's one.
Yeah.
Hi. So you're sort of famous for what you're really angry about, and I was curious what you're really excited about.
Oh, boy. I'm really excited about meeting Bob Schieffer. That was really exciting. Making Bob Schieffer laugh a lot. That was great. Because I did the Congressional Correspondents' Dinner, and to my right was Dick Cheney, and to my left was Mitch McConnell. And I can't, as a result of that, Mitch McConnell laughed at nothing I said. He just has those chestnuts in his cheeks. He never laughed at a thing. So it was great because this could have been a long 45 minutes if you just said, oh, this is really. I like to play golf, which is sad, because it's a game for people who don't hate themselves enough in their daily lives. And mostly I like to spend my friends, what they do. I got friends who do really, interesting, great stuff. So it's great to listen to what it is that they're doing and how they're doing. And my parents, who are still alive. My parents are 90 and 91, so it's stunning. And they're still going.
You're so incredibly funny, but on a serious note, you mentioned that you had an experience that caused you to believe in some sort of God, and I'd love to hear what that is.
Well, there's about 3 or 4 or 5 of them. And the major one was my brother passed away 12 years ago now. And I'd been with him. He had cancer. And it really kind of, it was one of those things that went through him quickly, and it was about 1.5 years. And I was at his apartment with him and his wife. I left and got a call to come back. And at that point, I entered the room, and I was giving him, I was told, the doctor had said I was just back, just literally as he apparently was giving his last few breaths. And the doctors had said, that, give him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. That is what they told the wife. And the guys, the emergency guys hadn't arrived yet, so I started to give my brother mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I felt him in the room. I am not someone, I am about as cynical about things as possible. His absolute presence was in the room. Now, and that kind of sounds like a Christian-y thing. It sounds like all that. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no argument. I have never sensed anything like it. And I felt my brother saying, while I was giving mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, if you bring me back, I am going to kick your ass. And and I really did. It was like, and it was one of these things that I did not. You see your brother pass away, and I did not cry. I did not grieve at that point. It took me a while to get to grieving because I always felt that he was around. It was weird. I always felt that he was there, and that made me start to think about things in a different way.
Thanks.
Talk about, you talked in the beginning about there is a relationship in your mind between comedy and religion.
Yeah. I think that the weird thing that I've experienced as a comedian, and it's something I don't understand. In other comics, I get notes all the time from people that I was either they were really sick and watched my stuff a lot, or their parent was really sick, or that I kind of or they had a horrific week or month or year, and that I kind of helped get them through it. And that to me is, that I don't quite understand it. And it's weird that it provides comfort.